you with a just put your get up off the wall. Go on, get it moving here. Yeah. I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my modest attire. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Atlanta Falcons. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
From the set. 70 Timberwolves.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second and a couple.
Hawk 70, Hawk set, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go check, go check.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Off play action. Here's Hooker. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Hooker to throw it. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
A nice little juke. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, here's Gibbs. That's some strong running. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. 42 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
Here we go, set. Warriors 70. Let's go.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. That's complete to Laporta. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. Curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Grady Jarrett able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing. Hooker. It's Williams on the catch. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. Hooker. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield and man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And his kick is indeed good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25.
Go ahead.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Fighting through, he's got space. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else.
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, 14 yards. And the Falcons have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After one, 7-3 the score on EA. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Here's Hooker. That is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Hooker. Over the middle and take it in by Laporta. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
19.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Hooker now off play action. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
70 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
On 1st and 10, Hooker. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 10-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
20 TX.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
18, Pioneers.
Now Hooker. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Hooker's going to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 61 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Alert! Alert!
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Another run for Gibbs here. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
To throw on second down, here's Hooker. He's got it complete to Gibbs. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Hooker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. The second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They're right here.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Tua to try again on second down. Flushed out right. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Tua. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before break. Hooker. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity. To a hit, and the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make the play throwing the ball. But some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it, and ends up getting the ball stripped.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They need 2. Here's third down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. But now he appears to be in some pain. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Turbo one, hard. Turbo one, hard.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Second and 5. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Throw left side complete. That's more. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Moore, the man in motion. On first down, Tagovailoa. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready?
First down throw here. It's Hooker. It's complete to Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Williams. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. That'll be caught by St. Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Second down and 4. Here's Hooker to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in the face there, Parker. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun. Hooker. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. That one good for 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now Tua. Being chased out left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Tua now on first down. Seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. That pass complete to Moore. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. Down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Robinson will score. Touchdown and run. Koo now for the point after. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
38 yards on the play. First down, Detroit.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Here's Hooker. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They've got his man complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So no one called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hooker now off play action. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. They'll run this one right with Robinson. Down to about the 23.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Koo knocks this one through the post. In the 4th quarter, this game is tied. But you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run. That's a positive play for the offense.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 4. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Hooker. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Hooker 19.
Throwing here is Hooker. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 15. And the Lions.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now an all rest on the right foot of their kicker. This would put them in the NFC title game. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. Tua going to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on second down here. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So third down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
20 TX.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A touchdown does not end it, remember, but it sure would give him a leg up. It's 1st and goal here. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's a 7-yard touchdown run. Now Youngway coup for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change, because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's third down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. So CD in the postseason obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but how do they set aside that pressure knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it. They've done it throughout.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. David Onyemata collapses the pocket and drops it for a loss of 3.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. They'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on second down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So their offense got the touchdown. They needed this defensive stand. And after that play, Charles, they are on the verge of getting that stand and winning this football game.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game now in the playoffs, isn't it? Because now everyone understands with the new rules, your job's not done anymore if you scored that initial touchdown. You've still got to come out and play some defense. And boy, did they ever on that play. Now if they stand tall here on third and long, they'll be one snap away from a postseason victory.
Here's Hooker. And he is caught. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Hooker to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
David Montgomery out of the end. Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
Welcome back to the divisional round of the playoffs. A second overtime moments away. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Montgomery running right. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. 38 yards there on a touchdown run.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Hooker going to try to throw for it. And this will be caught. as they convert here for 2. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Charles, what a ball game we were treated to. And in the postseason, no less, with all the drama, this may be the best finish you and I have seen.